Kelly has cast her vote for. Congratulations, Ashley! You are the winner of Big Brother 27.
Here to talk about life in the Big Brother house and winning the game is Ashley Hollis. Hey, Ashley.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, thanks for being here. And first, I have to start by saying congratulations. You won $750,000.
I know. Thank you. I still can't believe it. I am still riding the high. It's so exciting.
So you were the target to leave the game week 1, and you left the winner. I mean, it was definitely a true underdog story, but Ashley, I don't see you as an underdog. I think your game was underrated. How do you think you ended up in the winner's circle?
I agree. I do think my game is underrated. I think I ended up in the winner's circle because I really focused on strategy. I was someone who was never an emotional player. I always thought strategic. I always thought a few steps ahead and how each movement I make in the moment was going to affect not only that upcoming week, but weeks down the line. And so I think because I stuck to my strategy coming into this game, I don't want to say emotionless because I played a very loyal and honest as much as I could game. But I also feel like I built that trust currency early on with a lot of my allies. So by the end, I was able to manipulate them in a way to get what I wanted. So yeah, sticking to strategy, not being an emotional player, and thinking always 3 steps ahead.
I mean, that was a great strategy. You created this Elle Woods persona, so to speak, where you kind of dumbed yourself down. You made people think that you were, non-threatening, like, oh, Ashley's not a big threat. And then on the season finale, you told everyone that you went to a top law school, you went to Georgetown, and you were a lawyer for a top international law firm in New York City. So it definitely shocked everybody in that house. It was great to see their faces when they found out that you were a lawyer. But for 83 days, you were confined in the same house with the same people, and with the exception of a few surprise guests, you only saw the same people for 83 days. Then you walk out of the house for the first time to confetti flying, a live studio audience, and a room full of people. I feel like that had to be disorienting. So I want to know, how has it been adjusting outside of the house, and what did you realize you missed the most about regular life?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so adjusting outside of the house. One, yes, it was overwhelming, but with excitement walking out to confetti and seeing some of my friends who, got evicted before me. Obviously, it was amazing meeting past winners, finally connecting with Julie Chen because, you don't really want to see Julie Chen most of the season because that means bad news. But once it's at the end, it's like, yes, Julie Chen, I'm so excited to see you. As far as adjusting, it's definitely been an adjustment. It's so weird walking through the airport, coming home and people being like, Ashley? Oh my gosh, congratulations. Like, I loved you on the show. I was rooting for you. You were the underdog and asking for photos. That part, I don't think that'll ever get normal. Usually in New York, if somebody's, trying to call you, you run the other way because it's usually a cat call. But now it's definitely different being able to connect with fans. It's so exciting. I'm adjusting kind of well. I'm in my apartment, my New York apartment again. And I'm adjusting okay. It's weird to cook. I will say that because I never really cooked.
Because you never cooked in the house.
I never cooked in the house.
So now you have to cook for yourself.
So now I have to cook for myself. So that part is interesting, but it's definitely been exciting going to restaurants, seeing friends, and just going for walks. You don't really get to walk very much besides the backyard.
The walk would be in the backyard.
Yeah, literally. Those were our walks. We would have walks after eating and things like that. So it's definitely nice to just be able to be free and walk again.
All right, Ashley, let's gossip. Who in the house do you hope you will never see again, and why?
Ooh. Probably Riley. He scares me.
Okay.
I'm sorry to CBS, but I don't know how that man passed the background check after looking at the TMZ articles and looking at TikTok videos of him saying he wanted to trip me and break Rachel's bones in her body. Very strange behavior that I've seen from him. Wouldn't mind never seeing him again, quite frankly.
Okay, well, I feel like that might be the answer to my next question is, when you left the house, what were you surprised the most to learn about? I'm guessing the fans' reaction to Riley. What else surprised you when you left the house to find out that you didn't see or know happened when you were in the house?
Good. Yeah, so I'd say Riley would be number one. Seeing how aggressive he was in videos and how he treated Catherine, kind of is scary. Save hashtag save Catherine. But definitely the second thing would probably be Ava. Seeing how the first half of the game, especially like weeks maybe like 3 through 5, how much she like not despised me, but just like totally, one-sided beef. That shocked me. Obviously, me and Ava got like close towards the end of the game, and she's actually texted me like trying to hang out. So like we're good. Me and Ava are good, but just seeing how much she despised like me and also Rachel, hearing her feelings about Rachel really surprised me because they were working together.
Oh, I
And up
know. Yeah, she said some nasty things about Rachel.
she said some nasty things about Rachel, so that shocked me. Rachel's like literally one of the sweetest girls I've ever. She's just so genuine, so kind. She's a girl's girl through and through, and she loved Ava, and they were working together. So that part, the feelings there, really shocked me.
Did
And
you
I
see?
think
Go ahead, finish.
no, no, sorry, that was it.
No,
No.
I want to know because I feel like you'd have a good take on this. Have you seen all of these paparazzi photos of Vince?
Yes, I have on my timeline just because
I
people
mean,
tag
name one other Big Brother player who has been followed by the paparazzi like Vince.
Never, because he's not being followed. He's calling the pops. I'm sorry. There is no paparazzi following a Big Brother. It's never happened before. It ain't happening now. You're not fooling me, Vince. I'm sorry.
Did you get the sense, spending time with Vince in the house, that he wanted to be famous after this?
You know what? Yes, in the sense where he's been applying for 10 years. I mean, he has
Okay.
been, he would send mail like to the show, he said, like fan mail. He's been trying to get on the show for 10 years. So I feel like he was just trying to make it worth it. I feel like all of his moves too, the more aggressive moves where he just straight up lied to people. I feel like he was kind of trying to be like a Tyler or like a Dan, and it just didn't work out that way. Because it didn't he's not Tyler Crispin and he's not Dan. And so I don't think it worked out that way. But yeah, I definitely think he wanted his moment in the limelight and he's getting it. And so I love that for him.
I love that for him. I love that he's getting followed by the paparazzi and like an old beat up Camaro too.
I no, literally, and talking about wall comp coincidentally as they're walking up. It's very, very casual. Talking about wall comp in the middle of the street while
Yeah.
paparazzi.
All right, looking back, I want to know, do you wish you brought Morgan to the final two with you over Vince? Do you think, knowing what you know now about the votes and the jury, do you think you could have beat Morgan in the final two? Because I think you would have.
I actually am shocked that I think I might have. Yeah, hearing from the jury and hearing how which they associated a lot of Morgan's game with Vince's, which is not wrong. A lot of her game was associated with Vince's. She did make some amazing power moves towards the end of the game, taking over his HOHs. But I mean, the first 7 to, actually, no, I would say the first 9 weeks, her game really revolved around Vince and everybody knew it. And so I did think it was going to be close. I thought she might have beat me, but seeing after how the jury was reacting, I think it might have been 4-3 potentially. Especially me winning that HOH and making a power move and taking a big player out. But I was not going to risk $750,000. I knew if I sat next to Vince, I would win by a landslide, and I did. And I have no regrets on that, as much as it would have been great to sit next to Morgan because she's truly an amazing person. I obviously had a great relationship with her in the house, did not have a great relationship with Vince. I would have much rather taken it to her and given us the money.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I
able
feel like
to-
I wish that she got the 75,000
Me too.
instead of Vince. But I'm glad
too,
you
but
won.
it was a
Lastly,
game
though,
goal.
you did win the show, and largely in part because of your social game, because the show is
Yeah.
really, one big social experiment. So I want to
Yeah.
know, after 83 days in the Big Brother house, what did you learn about people and how we interact with each other from this experience?
Oh, that's a great question. So I would say definitely people want that connection. I think you don't really get that emotional connection that you do in the real world, whether it's just a hug or holding hands or whatnot. You don't really get that human connection and human touch. And so I think that's where you see situations like Morgan and Vince come to fruition because you're not getting that sort of FaceTime with your loved ones. And so I do think Morgan did just see him as I will stand by her in that sense because she said that it was just platonic throughout the house. Now, I will stand by it in that sense. Did it look that way for me? No. Did it look that way for America? No. But I'm going to give a PR answer and say I plead the fifth because I think that, I think it's hard when you're locked in a house and you don't have that communication with your loved ones. But I think learning the most is just how to just get along with people that are really different than you and kind of put your opinions to the side. There were a lot of times I had to put my pride and ego to the side and let people think they can control me and let them think I'm dumb. And that gets very, very, very difficult to do. But you just have to do it because it's for a game, but it also just teaches you, sometimes you have to do that in real life. Maybe you'll have a boss in the future that is really demeaning and is really down on you and hard, and you have to kind of swallow your pride because it's a job and you have to work, you have to work for them. So I think I learned those skills very, very well being in the house and being with people with completely different personalities than me.
Well, Ashley, it was very entertaining watching you all season, so thank you for that. Congratulations on your win. Now I'll let you go enjoy that $750,000, okay?
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me.